Hello everybody and guys, welcome to another game, The Monster Inside, an audio-visual novella by Random C Games. Yeah, well I was gonna call it The Monster Inside, but let's get right into it. The Monster Inside. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I've had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vignetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much, and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month, weeks, since I've had any real cases to work on. So I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bedsheet. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. The girl came in so quietly I nearly choked on my cigarette. Mister, please, you gotta help me, mister. Calm down, sit and talk. Okay, thanks. It's just, no, well listen to me. Just tell me your tale. I'm listening. She eyed me with a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them down with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all of the newspapers. The infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but this girl seemed generally concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. You don't understand. He couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he could never kill her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think she's in danger? Well, Mr. Jack. You can call me Jack. Jack, whoever did this to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would never have left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me. They won't bring him in on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they are in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets. Probably why they haven't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with the money. You got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you, but please, be careful. I don't think this was just any murder or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. Beast. The word struck me funny, like when you draw your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days, except in hush whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, alright. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years. Back when I was still a cop myself. Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. Sure. Okay, see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. Damn indigestion. That night, I went down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I have got a knack for finding things others overlook. A knack, more of a symptom of a condition. Other, less useful symptoms I keep in check. But for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. A strangely familiar smell. I expected a scent of trepidation, or maybe even outright fear. But Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have more than seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. I cannot speak. Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Pushing the thought out from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick up anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. The cops don't wear $2,000. Okay. I can try to keep up this voice and keep stumbling, or I can just read it normally. I'm gonna do the former. But the cops don't wear $2,000 pairs of coquinos. Looked like Mrs. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away. Oh, Mr. Farnsworth, and walked away on his own 2 feet. Let's see the scene. A burn mark on the nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't any burn mark. This was the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural at play here? But I was no stranger to the strange. After looking around for a while, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares. I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly. As I unlocked the door, I ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside, seeming afraid of what I might say. She finally worked up the courage to ask. So, what did you find? Well, I got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. I probably should have given her such false hope like that. But she seemed like she needed something to hold on to right now. She didn't need to know about the mark on the tree. How do you know? Where is he? I found his footprints. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. Dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. But you don't know where he went. Do you think the news this morning is related? What news is that? Haven't you heard? No. Rough night followed by a rough morning. They found the police chief's wife dead, down by the docks. They said it happened last night. Let me guess. Chief Amato is missing too. My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicion, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. He was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead, and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain in my temples. I told her I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. That night after the cops had cleared out the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. The cold air smelled strongly. of salt and oil. And could it be that smell again? Like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. It hit me like a long forgotten memory. The sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, shaking. The nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now. Reformed. I had to focus. No jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. There, just there. The smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splintered of a wood. Yeah. I'm trying here, guys, to make me sound cool and not stumble over the words. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Didn't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my pack of reds and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had just been building to the top of my brain. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently, I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? I had really slept through the entire next day. The newspaper was sitting under my door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I could already read the headline. Breaking news. Mayor missing. Wife found dead. 2 cases is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The cops would come asking questions soon. I knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. I've been busy. Off to Mrs. Minetti's crime scene. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay. But it would be a lie. Oh, music changed. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartment where Mayor Vignetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than last time. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Here you said trash. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wanted to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean something was dumped. Usually means someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot, shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Vignetti was crooked, but this was unbelievable. And there was more, and there was more. This between Mayor Vignetti and Chief Amato, talking about me, how they were trying to shut me down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. Vignetti's car. If he's still alive, why would he have left in his car? Why wouldn't he have left in his car? It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might I'm gonna say this correctly, guys. I'll try to. As I searched around the crime scene for anything that might assuage my fears, I caught the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses with undiluted pleasure. It was intoxicating, a weapon used on the weak-willed, a weapon I knew all too well. I thought it had been many years since I had used it. Was it another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. The nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out of the alley when something suddenly caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch though. My watch. How long have I missed been there? Suddenly I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. No, surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time before I left the office, hadn't I? I used the wall clock. I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute to knock the door down and caught me away. They put it together before long. Maybe it would be the best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. But Lily was still there waiting for me. Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost. Oh, my own ghost. Come back to haunt me from the past. Yeah, making any sense, Jack. Come, sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good look. Come on, speak to me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out of the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had on when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Odd, I hadn't really noticed before. But it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges. Torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you. You are the monster. Succubus. Oh, Jack. We are one and the same. You and I, we are both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures, as you have incubus. Those men were probably dead too. I figured she probably took them to a lair and harvested their seed. So you've done all this just to wake me up? Oh, you could say that. Thought it seemed enough to just have you die yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch, messed with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you, and when are you gone? And now they're gone. Emma sort of stood to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak, compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I've never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Oh please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasures of the flesh. But I still do need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and plant it in among the virtuous masses for me. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. That maniacal laugh. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she wasn't looking my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a flick of the wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blind in my own reflection and stuck into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled my revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fired. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the monster inside. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Here's some more games from them. I hope you enjoyed, guys. This was a short visual novel game that I thought I'd play for you guys, so yeah. Anyway, guys, hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.